Welcome back to Eastern Farms. We've got some exciting news for you. We're selling.
I'll try to stay dignified, but I'm worried that I'll say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and that'll send you spinning right. You're always spinning right. Late nights on the highway never take you far. It doesn't matter where you end up, 'cause your problems are meant to wherever you are. And you don't check your mirrors. The skyline would break if it was clearer. I hope you know you're doing damage, so please try not to take advantage. Try to stop your heart from racing. Try to remember who you're facing.
Well, here we are in Bedfordshire today. It's the end of July. Traditionally, wheat harvest wouldn't start until the first week of August. The whole harvest this year has been a fortnight earlier than normal, which has caught us out a little bit with grain store cleaning and getting ready. So we're kind of slightly on the back foot, which isn't how we like to do it. Interestingly, we've had no rain or very little rain since the beginning of March. On one farm we had 23 mil from the beginning of March till the end of June. Yields, ironically, on the winter barleys have been exceptionally good. Oilseed rape has been very good for this, for us anyway, because traditionally oilseed rape's always been a bit of a disaster. And locally to this farm we've seen yields up to 4.8 tonnes a hectare, whereas normally you'd be sort of 3, and if you got 3.5, you'd sort of be happy. So at 4.8 we're quite pleased with that. You know, we rely on harvest workers basically, so typically lads come from Ireland, Scotland, in between university, and so you can make plans in January, let's say, and you get 10 guys and you allocate the time when you would like to start harvest. But of course, if it comes a fortnight early, that interferes with their plans because they might be on holiday or they're not quite available until, say, middle of July. That does leave a bit of pressure getting everybody in the right place at the right time, because so if they hit the ground and we're running, it can be quite challenging, and it can put people under pressure, particularly if they're not used to working in that environment. It is busy, you know, there's always a lot going on.
My name is Simon O'Keefe. It's my second season here in Eastern Farms, and I drive a Massey 2290 square baler from County Meath. Well, I'd been in England once before I came here and I loved it. So I came back again, seen the job on Facebook, applied for it. Charles rang me and offered me a job, so yeah, we'd all have the crack, sure. If you didn't have that, you wouldn't have, like, that's the real enjoyment, like, just you're with them the whole time, so if you don't get along, like, there'd be no point in doing it. You get a bit of everything, like, do a bit of verge mowing. I was on the chaser bin for the weekend, done a bit of dung spreading for a day or two last year, drawing straw, do a bit of hay as well, so raking and stuff like that, tedding. During harvest you'd aim for 100 plus hours a week, weather dependent obviously, but like, even when it is wet, there still is work to be done the whole time. So like, you do build up the hours over here, which is a good thing. I have livestock at home now, it's cattle at home, so yeah. There's a lad in running a certain amount of the farm, and then we've beef cattle as well. Yeah, so I'm in university at the moment, studying level 8 degree in animal crop production in UCD in Dublin. So going into my final year now, so that's your full-time farming is the goal. The degree is something to fall back on if farming does go wrong in 20 or 30 years time, or there isn't any money left in it. I usually finish up then at the end of the first, start of the second week of September, and head home then to Ireland. It's an experience, like, it's always something I want to do, is come out here and drive something different, really. I would say you get a lot more variety out here than you would in Ireland. I'd say they trust you on, the bigger the farm, they trust you on more kit compared to in Ireland, you know, that sort of way. Yeah, you do be on the go the whole time. It's early mornings and late nights. It is, when you've got the opportunity to go out, it is nice to take it and head on out for a night out. Like.
I notice also their work ethic, they're not afraid to get stuck in, they're not afraid to get, you know, dirty, and they accept that harvest can be a dirty job. And yeah, they seem to take to that quite well. Well, they love the hours. I mean, We actually get some of them saying, come on, I want more hours, but we have to be careful from a safety point of view. You can be doing a long day and then they might have a half an hour's drive home, so we're always concerned about that.
So my name's Kyle. Basically, I've been here with Eastern Farms since last July. It was a year and a week I've been here now. I got basically brought here by my cousin. I was on a 6R250 with a 17.5 ton bunning getting loaded by a 435 Red S. Got offered to drive the self-propelled sprayer. So I've got both my tickets, PA1 and 2. And yeah, got offered to drive the self-propelled and just stayed really.
I'll just get you on the next way up.
No, there is jobs in Scotland, but I felt like this was the right one at the time. It was just sort of, it seemed like a really good job and you get a lot of variety, a lot of opportunity to like expand your skill set really. And yeah, I've just sort of loved it since then. Yeah, they are nice people to work for and they're very lenient with things. And they give you a lot of experience. Like I came down here, only driven a sprayer a few times, I trailed one, and then got on the self-propelled then. Now I'm on this R410 with the chaser bin. So yeah, you do get a lot of variety, a lot of experience, and they're more than willing to give you the chance to learn. As you do long days, night shifts and stuff, but I don't mind it. At the end of the day, it's what I enjoy. I love farming and I'm always going to stick with it regardless.
I love machinery. I've always had a great passion for machinery. I like to be out here, I like to be involved, I like to make it happen, I like to, you know, see that seed going in the ground, I like to then see it, nurse it throughout the growing season. And then of course this is the great bit for me, is seeing the harvest. You can see we've got the X9 1100 with a 45-foot header on full GPS. We do yield mapping, you can watch it on your phone, you can see the yield, the moisture, tons an hour, it's all on the phone. Well, it means that I can be watching, I can see, it helps with planning, you know, you can watch the fuel, and you've got, if you like, you can manage your costs, you can see what your fuel usage is and you can work out per hectare what it's costing to get that operation done. And so here we are today on the Bates family farm in Purtonal, where we contract farm. We can then print off maps and they can see exactly, as a family can sit down and look where the fields have performed the best, the worst, what areas to put into SFI, or what areas need drainage or whatever. So it helps, it's a good management tool for us. This is our first harvest on this farm. However, just over that hill there, we've got a 1,250 acre farm there. So we've been neighbours to the Bates family now for the last 5, I think this is our 6th year as neighbours. So it was one of the farms that I've always, you know, when you look over the hedge, you always fancy it. And so to be able to be here today farming it is quite an honour, to be fair. With our job, sadly, competition is brutal. And you know, we've tendered this year alone for 5,000 acres in different blocks. We bid what I felt was a sensible offer, but it turned out that we were the lowest bid. And the range from where we bid to the person who got it was £90 an acre difference. It's not sustainable, but I don't know. I think people aren't looking at figures, they don't look at what things cost. And for us as a business, we have to analyse every cost. Everything has to be recorded. It's vitally important to us that when we're doing an operation, we know the true cost of that. Otherwise, we won't be here, you know, it's as simple as that. But when you look at what it costs to run those 9RXs, we've just put £35,000 worth of tracks and running gear on one of them. And I mean, it's absolutely crazy. 3,000 hours and we'll be doing it again. So there's huge cost to those big tractors. Depreciation, they were like 508,000, I think, when we last priced one up. You were lucky to get 300 for it 3 years later, and you're doing 400 hours a year with them. They're 27 ton, those 9RXs. Whereas that 8R, that is probably like 9-10 ton, and you can load that up, you can put 3 or 4 ton of weight on it, and you can take that off. If you say, right, we'll drop it down to 8-9 ton, you can go up then to 13-14 ton. You can play about with it, so you're making that tractor more useful, whereas the 27 ton of 9RX is always 27 ton, which in a wet year is way too heavy. You just leave it in the shed. So we're looking now more at the likes of the 8R with a tyre inflation system on it. You can let your tyres right down to say 10 psi in the field. You press a button, it's as simple as that. It's really quick, 10 psi. You get a nice long footprint, a good wide tyre, spreads the weight beautifully. You go out onto the road, you press road mode, it'll pump that tyre right up, 18, 20 psi, whatever you set it at. You've got a good, safe, stable tractor then. You're not going down the road with a squashy tyre. And we find that tractor is going to be more versatile for us going forward. So we need to now look at probably more tractors in that power range that's more versatile. We can get a better utilisation from that tractor if we can use it, say, 4 or 5 months of the year as opposed to like a month and a half, which is what we're doing with the 9RX. That for us has got to be a win-win-win. You know, so it's all about getting better utilisation from equipment in order for us to stay afloat really as a farming company going forward.
This is the chosen one. It's got all the bells and whistles. It just misses a front linkage now, but yeah, we've got tyre inflation, nice Rytec workbox on it, full Command Pro, new screens. We've got 2 screens here, and then we're running GPS linked to the combine, so I don't need to steer. He just nudges me forward and back. So well, you'll see it on this screen, just nudge there, and that's what that beeping is now. Yeah, so he's fully controlling me. So yeah, he just nudges me back and forward, and all I do is sit here and just watch my camera and make sure I don't spill any. So that's what that beeping is him pulling me back and forward. But yeah, no, this is a pride and joy of the fleet. And the thing with getting trusted on kit like this, especially when you're driving tractors that are say 410 horsepower, even those 215s, they can still be big pieces of machinery, especially with what you're towing. So there's a lot of trust involved, but yeah, again, there's a lot of respect that you need to have for that kit. You need to look after it and ensure that you know you're safe when operating it. There's no point being a hillbilly with it, sort of thing, being a cowboy about it. You just need to make sure you're level-headed and squared away for driving big pieces of machinery as well. Like we try and treat our machinery like it's a house, if you get what I mean. Because realistically, I'm spending more time in this than I am in my own house. So yeah, I always like to try and have it as clean as possible, but I was away over the weekend, so the boys have managed to get in here, eat my sweets, drink my juice, and make it nice and messy for me. I mean, we all come here to work and we all get on with it. It's a really good group of lads. But no, we all had the crack last year and we still do this year. I think it's still great crack here, and I wouldn't change that at all. It's a great group of lads. The ultimate goal for me is just really to enjoy myself and sort of stick with the job that I wanted to start doing, and the job that I love, and then at the same time progress through, learn new skills, learn new things, like maybe get a shot drilling or getting a shot in a combine, and also maybe progressing through a business to becoming a manager or something like that. I think that would just be my ultimate goal, rather than sort of, there's a lot of boys that get complacent, but I'm always wanting more. I never want to be stuck on the same seat for too long. I'm always looking for new opportunities. But yeah, you've got to be happy before you go into work. You can't go into work with a negative mindset. I do a lot for mental health as well, promoting that, so through Just Talk Agri. So I got involved with it purely because I struggled with it quite badly, to the point where it sort of got me in a bit of a deep rut. Luckily I'm out of it now. I've got friends that support me, colleagues that support me through everything. Like my family, they're always there for me, and my girlfriend, she's always there for me. So, but I lost a friend who I worked with in Hertfordshire, and it's just sort of since then, it's like it been a black cloud above my head, and it's just brought me down. It still brings me down on some days, it still gets me upset, but at the same time, I'm sort of trying to keep myself going to also fulfill his legacy, because that's what he wanted, was just to be a farmer and a tractor driver. So I'm just sort of doing it for him and trying to make him proud, really. Especially speaking to anybody whether it be colleagues, family, friends, just always checking in with them as well. So through busy times like harvest now, just phoning a friend, even for an hour or two, can make a massive difference to them.
When I was 15, I remember standing on the combine with my granddad. It was a Massey 788, no cab on it, 8'6" cut. And we'd got the Ford 5000 on the headland with a 6-ton Bamford trailer. And we're going the first time round this field. And the second time round, I'm asking him a question about what was he doing. And he just said, oh, you might as well make yourself useful, he says, and sit on this seat. So I think because I was allowed to have a go and get involved and get stuck in, I just found it more and more interesting. So I've always had that passion for it and drive and want to succeed at it. So yeah, I look back with fond memories from where we came from with my grandfather. Basically, you know, Fordson Super Majors, Ford 5000, 7000, to where we were then. There was a County Super 6 with a 3/4 Ransom's plough. You get to the end of the field, pull a lever and the plough would turn over. You know, they were great memories for me, brilliant memories. So to go from using equipment like that to being where we are today, here, with this technology, I think he'd be absolutely blown away with how far advanced we are now. And of course, people are already talking driverless tractors, aren't they? I don't know whether you've seen them going around, little crawler tractors, and that's something we'll probably look at in the future. We are forever evolving, you know, keeping up to date with technology, because I feel if you stand still, you get left behind, and it's a big gap then to try and keep up. So we have to keep looking forward. Yeah, so we've got some exciting few weeks coming up. Obviously, we're preparing for a sale, and the reason for the sale is simply we can get more. We're hoping we'll make more of the product by selling it at auction, because people can come, walk around it, have a look at it. They can see it working now. They can talk to us. They can talk to Cheffins. They can look at the videos online. You know, you can see the equipment is all good, very well maintained equipment. And the reason is we've got some new kit, a lot of new kit actually on order, which is coming in time for September, and some of it will be here in time for the next harvest. And it's very important that we get as much as we possibly can for this equipment to allow us to put that money then into the new equipment that's on order. Sadly, the dealers, they're under such pressure, like we all are in agriculture at the moment. Things are really, really tight, as we touched on, you know, earlier, with the prices of currently where they were 20 years ago, and the cost of equipment has gone up so much that the commodity prices haven't kept up. So we're hoping by having our sale that we'll be able to command reasonable prices. It takes the pressure off the dealer, which then allows us to buy machinery at a more affordable price, because the dealer isn't worried about doing a deal with us knowing he's got to try and sell that product on. So we've gone, hopefully we've bought at the best possible price we can possibly buy at, and it allows us to know exactly where we are on the 10th of September. When that hammer drops, we know exactly what we're going to get for that machine. Yeah, so the auction will be held at Mill Farm, Somersham in Cambridgeshire. That'll be on the 10th of September. This kit is very, very well maintained. It's immaculate machinery. Dealer maintained a lot of it. We never use non-genuine, so it's always genuine oils, genuine filters, genuine parts. We don't believe in remanufactured parts. So any of that, everything is genuine. For myself, if I was looking for a second-hand machine, then, you know, I could safely say I would come to my own sale and I'd buy something with confidence. This machinery is all here, working away. If anybody is seriously interested in anything, they can contact either myself or Cheffins. And you know, if they want to come out and see something working, they're very, very welcome to come and have a look, have a go on it. So yeah, come along, say hello, and have a great day. Yeah, so going forward, I'm very, very excited about our industry. Very passionate about it. I think we've got a great future ahead of us. We've just got to keep an eye on our costs. So every decision that I make at the moment, I feel it's a heavy weight on my shoulders, because it's vitally important we get it right. I've got a wonderful son and daughter, and you know, I want them to be able to have the option to be able to farm should they wish to do so. So everything I'm doing now, I'm building for their future.
I'll try to stay dignified, but I'm worried that I'll say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and that'll send you spinning right. You're always spinning right. Late nights on the highway never take you far. It doesn't matter where you end up, 'cause your problems are meant to wherever you are. And you don't check your mirrors. The skyline would break if it was clearer. I hope you know you're doing damage, so please try not to take advantage.